The crowd is ready. The Philadelphia 76ers and the New York Knicks moments away from this opener of the best of 5. The lineups about to be introduced. The New York Knicks finished up at 52-30. They finished up with the 2 straight victories after some up and down play, and they won the last 2 without the services of Patrick Ewing. Mark Jackson appears to be back on his game. Philadelphia 76ers with the 10-game turnaround from last season's 36 and 46 mark. They went 46 up, 36 down. Game number 2 will take place here on Saturday afternoon. That'll be a 3:30 start. Game 3 at the Spectrum in Philadelphia Tuesday night, starting at 7:30, and that game will be seen on the Madison Square Garden Network. If there is a game 4, it will be played in Philadelphia on Thursday night, and then game 5, if necessary, back at the Garden on Saturday, May the 7th. Now let's go to John Condon for the introduction of the starting lineups.
This game is the first game in a best-of-5 series between the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia Sixers in the NBA playoffs. And here are the starting lineups for the Philadelphia 76ers. At the guards, co-captain number 10, Maurice Cheeks. Number 33, Kersey Hawkins. At the forwards, number 21, Derek Smith. Number 34, co-captain Charles Barkley. And at center, number 42, Mike Cheminsky. The Philadelphia trainer is Al Domenico. The assistant coach is Fred Cotter, and their head coach is Jim Lynam. And now the Atlantic Division champion, New York Knickerbockers. At the guards, co-captain number 13, Mark Jackson. Number 21, Gerald Wilkins. At the forwards, number 4, Johnny Newman. Number 34, Charles Oakley. And at center, number 33, Patrick Ewing. And the Knicks trainer is Mike Saunders. The assistant coaches, Stu Jackson and Ralph Willard. And their head coach, Rick Pitino. The officials, Joe Forte, Eddie F. Rush, and Darryl Garrison.
A rousing ovation for the New York Knicks. The Philadelphia 76ers with Barkley and Smith in the front court, Kaminsky at center, Cheeks and Hawkins at the guards, and the Knicks with their starting lineup of Newman, Oakley, Ewing, Jackson, and Wilkins. 76ers average under 15 turnovers per ball game, and that is the least in the league.
Well, that 20.6, Marv, is interesting because the Sixers in the 6 games never hit that number. The Knicks were never able to get them to commit 20 turnovers, and that's a very interesting challenge for the Knicks.
76ers have handled the Knicks traps, the Knicks pressing defense, as well as any other club has in the NBA. Darryl Garrison, Ed F. Rush, and Joe Forte are the officials. And the reason the Sixers have handled the press so well, Charles Barkley has been able upon occasion to bull his way up court. And Maurice Cheeks, a veteran of 112 playoff games, has handled, as has the veteran Gerald Henderson and the rookie Scott Brooks. Well, the Knicks control the tap. It's Cheeks guarding Jackson. Here's Newman moving by Smith and blew the stop. Eric Smith able to recapture. And here come the 76ers.
Right away, look at Barkley. Holy mackerel. Trying to get away from Oakley. Flailing away.
Done a nice job against him. And an illegal defense call the Knicks, so the early call, that's a first violation, and it will be 76er ball with the new 24.
What a challenge for Charles Oakley. He's the Knicks tough guy. Well, he's going to have some challenge tonight.
A long-range attempt by Hawkins. We're just underway. 45 seconds gone by. Ewing from Jackson and the foul call. Ewing able to lose Trubinsky off the head fake. And he'll go to the line to shoot two. Derek Smith try to help out and call on the foul.
Now what Jackson did here, he read Ewing's ability to move to the basket quicker than Trubinsky could stay with him. And he obviously read it perfectly because Patrick got a lot of space.
Patrick Ewing says the sore right knee is just fine. He has been battling a cold as of late.
Hey, Patrick's had 2 weeks off, didn't play the last 2 games, so he is a well-rested guy.
The Knicks 2 and the 76ers nothing. And the Sixers allowed to move it up uncontested. Smith played by Newman. And it will be Nick Ball.
Those are the kind of passes that the Knicks must succeed in denying, as they did then. The passes outside, inside, that a lot of times during the season were successful for easy shots.
Newman getting position. And Barkley on the rebound. Maurice Cheeks. And the game is tied at 2. Trubinsky able to front Ewing. Newman around Smith.
If at first you don't succeed, and that's what Johnny Newman did after that first stuff he missed. Boy, did he have to get around several people also.
Here's Cheeks with the move to the left. Trubinsky. And Jackson couldn't hold on. It will be Sixer ball.
So important. Here's an example of Newman beating Derek Smith. Then Mike Trubinsky in for the stuff. Great move by him.
Johnny Newman has averaged 20 a game this season against the 76ers. Barkley coughed it up.
How quick was Oakley to that ball? Boy, how unusual for a 6'9" man.
Jackson with the three-point attempt. Wilkins with the save. And Jackson able to handle it. Beautiful play. And it's 6. And the 76ers 2.
Some battle going on with Oakley and Barkley.
They double up on Barkley. Cheeks close to a travel and tripped up. It is a non-shooting foul. Jackson called for his first.
And New York's first team foul.
That's the big confrontation down low. This is the main man. Immediately he has 2 men on him. Jackson then recovered quickly.
Percy Hawkins for Mike Trubinsky. So the Knicks now with a 6-4 lead.
6-4.
Newman played tightly now by Smith. Derek Smith usually starts the game, but we will see quite a bit. Ron Anderson has had a terrific season. Wilkins got the step and then not able to hit.
The desire to stuff that ball overwhelms some players, and when you miss them, you really wish you had another shot to lay it up.
And that is an offensive foul. Derek Smith collecting his second personal. And here comes Ron Anderson, who has spelled instant offense for the 76ers. Anderson has averaged 19 per game against the Knicks. He will replace Derek Smith. Anderson acquired back in November from Indiana in a steal for Everett Stevens, a second-round draft pick of the Philadelphia 76ers. Oakley with the pick. Wilkins with the bucket. And the Knicks win it 8-4.
I think he got away with a carry as he went around the defense.
Again, they double up on Barkley. Wilkins with the steal. Cheeks back. Wilkins.
Oh, yes.
And the Knicks lead it. 10-4. The Knicks have done an excellent job on Charles Barkley. With 4 minutes gone by, Lyman was trying to call a timeout, but he'll take the bucket. 10-6 the score. Knicks by 4.
Cheeks is so cool.
Jackson answers, and the Knicks lead it 12-6. To this point, Barkley has not attempted a shot. And we've gone 3 minutes and change. Anderson with the fake. Trying to go glass, rebound for the Knicks. And they have a 3-on-2. Jackson for Oakley, and he's fouled by Anderson.
Patrick Ewing is seething at the last sequence under the Knicks basket when he ended up on the floor. He's still talking to the official about it. And the Knicks moving the ball up court, however. Gerald Wilkins beautifully giving it up to Mark Jackson, who picks out his teammate Oakley, who ran the court well. The contact level under the basket at the Sixers' end is amazing. It is so tough. Another look at Wilkins going around everyone. Charles Barkley couldn't believe that happened so easily around him. But Wilkins pushed that ball by him.
Oakley hits 1 out of 2. The Knicks 13 and Philadelphia 6. Marv Albert, John Andres, Greg Gumbel, Walt Clyde Frazier from Madison Square Garden. Anderson. So Ron Anderson with his first bucket off the bench and able to hit. The Knicks now lead it 13-8.
He looms as a very dangerous man in this game. He has hurt most teams this year. The Knicks were not excluded.
Oakley rebounded by Barkley.
He was so intent on banging into Barkley that he threw his shot off.
Anderson again. So Anderson has come off the bench. They hit 2 out of 3. The alley-oop easily executed.
Newman, though, what great credit to him for seeing Ewing and, of course, delivering that perfect pass.
6 points for Ewing. Knicks lead by 5. They surround Jaminski. Ewing stepping out, and it's a traveling violation.
Had to be. Of course, Cheeks feels he was pushed.
And a timeout is called. The crowd reacts with 6.5 gone by in this first quarter.
Pressure here. Jackson came over to help Oakley. Passing lane open, and this man is so quick. Gerald Wilkins just ran and got that pass and literally jumped over Maurice Cheeks.
And the 76ers, who have averaged the fewest turnovers in the NBA, have been turning it over here in the early moments. They've given it up 5 times. The Knicks have not committed 1 turnover.
Knicks have pushed the ball up quickly as much as they can. Johnny Newman saw Ewing, who had beaten everybody down defensively. And, of course, with that matchup on Cheeks, it was no problem for Patrick Ewing. The Knicks are playing very intense defense. The Sixers are having success based on outside jump shooting. 2 from Anderson and 2 from Cheeks. Nothing is happening inside for them except Mike Jaminski's low, soft hook shot.
Now, while we have an opportunity here, we'd like to welcome those folks who are watching on Cablevision. We have not been seen on Long Island since, well, I guess the Nick-Boston playoff series back last April. And just wanted to point out, as you see, Wilkins penetrate easily for a 7-point Knick lead. For those of you who have not seen John since then, same story, a little bit more paunchy, despite the vigorous daily workouts. But otherwise, everything the same. And it's nice to be back with you, at least for the playoffs.
Please put that to a vote.
It will be Knick ball. Knicks 17 and the Philadelphia 76ers 10. It is game 1 of the best of 5 with just under 6 minutes to go in this first quarter. Oakley putting the move on Barkley.
I like the fact that Oakley is going at Barkley offensively. That's a very good way to give pressure to this man. And this is a man who needs pressure on him or he will get you. And he's had 3 uncontested jump shots and he's made them.
Newman from 3.
And that's what rush shots mean. 4 offensive, defensive rebounders, and your men cannot get rebounds that way when you rush them.
Nice look. And Cheeks took that pass from Barkley to cut it down to 3, so Barkley can hurt you in other ways. Barkley yet to attempt a field goal, and we have gone 7 minutes of the first quarter.
Knicks are designing action, viewing out high right now. Interesting.
Wilkins lost it. Here's a 3-on-1. Cheeks right by Jackson, and the Sixers cut it down to 1. 17-16. Maurice Cheeks 4 for 4. Ron Anderson 3 for 4, and they have hurt the Knicks here in the first quarter. Cheeks with the steal. And Cheeks not able to hit on the layup. He thought he would get some contact. Jackson for Wilkins. And he was tied up. Basket will not count.
Good hands by Hersey Hawkins. Marv, you got to give the Sixers a lot of credit to come into this arena that's 100% pro Knicks and respond as they have, and yet their leading man has not entered the fray scoring-wise yet.
And the call from Ed Rush. Apparently the Sixers jumped the gun, and it will be Nick Ball.
Violation by the Sixers. It's New York's ball out of bounds.
The Knicks by 1, 17-16. And again it is Cheeks picking it off, and here comes Barkley.
Look at him mouthing at Oakley, too, after he jammed that.
So the Sixers lead by 1, 18-17, and a timeout taken by the Knicks.
We followed Oakley back visually, too, and had more to say. Wow, did he soar for that dunk. Well, Cheeks makes the great play as Oakley telegraphs the pass. Now watch this stuff. More interestingly, watch the follow. Watch the follow.
Well, let's see how Oakley reacts. There is great respect between Oakley and Barkley, and I don't know if Oakley has been challenged in that manner. We saw he and Karl Malone earlier this season in Salt Lake City, a game that turned out to be a wipeout for the Utah Jazz, and they looked to go at it briefly, but this right now is merely conversation.
It's great. Oakley comes right out and pushes Barkley by the shoulders. Get out of my way. Barkley back to the official. Official tells him to cool down. What a great matchup. It's so exhausting just dealing with this matchup defensively.
Wilkins with a pretty move. And Gerald off to the quick start. He has 8 points. Knicks by 1, 19-18. 3.5 to go in this first quarter. Truminski with some room.
Ewing challenges him, though. That makes it tough.
Wilkins. Nice look-away pass from Jackson. Knicks by 3, 21-18.
Gerald is flying.
Anderson. And Anderson able to go glass.
Knicks lead 21 play.
Wilkins wide open.
That's what you get when you rush the ball. Boy, the Knicks are pushing that ball up court. That is clearly in their game plan. Let's run.
New York Knicks basketball is being brought to you in part by GE. From plastics to financial services, we bring good things to life.
Many games this year, this man looks to shoot first. However, tonight he is passing. Mark Jackson has come out to give that ball up and think shot second for himself, and he's doing a great job getting his teammates into this game. He's picking up everybody, and you know Gerald Wilkins loves to run with Mark Jackson.
And both clubs shooting well. 10 for 17 start for the Sixers. And the Knicks, Trent Tucker has come on, replacing Gerald Wilkins. Wilkins 6 for 7. Hyman with 12. 3-point Knick lead with 2:45 remaining. First quarter. A 3-point attempt way off. Thrown up by Barkley. Tucker from 3. Rebound Ewing. And Patrick Ewing will go to the line once again as Barkley picked up his first.
Well, what Ewing is doing so well, although he has not claimed prominence in this game yet, is getting under the basket. He's just simply getting there, and he's a target for passes. And of course, when he's there, he's in great position to rebound. Mike Jaminski cannot jump with Patrick Ewing, so just Ewing's hustle is helping his team very much.
Ewing a 75% free throw shooter. The Knicks lead at 24-20. Maurice Cheeks off to a terrific start. 8 points, 5 assists, 2 steals. Matched with Mark Jackson.
So he's accounted for 18 of their 20 points personally. Wow.
Again, Oakley and Barkley in the battle. 3 on the shot clock. Good play by Oakley. Tucker thought he had the shot. Barkley back to pick it off. And let's see, they call it 76er ball, deflected out by the Knicks, who did a good job getting back off that Barkley steal. Barkley thought he was fouled. And had some words with NF Rush. Now Gerald Henderson checks in along with Chris Welp. Welp to give Jaminski a rest. Field goal, 2 points for Jaminski. Welp, the second-year player from the University of Washington. Welp's had a couple of good games against the Knicks.
Very big man, but the Knicks should go to Ewing and have him go to town.
And the foul called on the Knicks. Newman raising his hand, indicated as a hold. Newman collects his first. And here comes Eddie Wilkins to spell Patrick Ewing. 7 points for Ewing. Eddie Wilkins getting playing time the last 2 games. What with Ewing sitting down because of a sore knee. Offensively, Wilkins played well, but picked up early fouls. You may recall he played extremely well against the 76ers a couple of weeks back at the Spectrum. The double up on Henderson. Here's Anderson with room. On fire. He's 5 for 7. And the Knicks lead by 2, 24-22. Newman, nowhere to go. Oakley. Wild shot. Rebound Wilkins. Minute 10 left in this first quarter. Anderson again wide open.
Well, that's the sin, the only sin really the Knicks have committed, but it's so deadly, leaving this man open.
He has 12 points. He's hit 6 of 8. And the game is tied at 24. Jackson with the open shot. And the Knicks lead by 2. Mark Jackson with his second field goal. Cheeks under pressure getting it down and then took a bump. Rick Pitino now going with Trent Tucker, who is an excellent defensive player, to provide problems on Ron Anderson. And Tucker called for that foul as he bumped Cheeks.
The Knicks are playing their pressure defense a lot right now.
Sixers are getting set to inbound, but the Knicks are over the foul limit.
But the problem the Knicks have is when the Sixers break that pressure, is then identifying men they're guarding, particularly Anderson. And once they get over the pressure, the Sixers, that is, they're getting the ball to Anderson quicker than the Knicks defender can identify him.
Rod Strickland, the rookie from DePaul, making his NBA playoff debut, replacing Mark Jackson. Maurice Cheeks has accounted for 7 assists in this first quarter.
It's amazing, an 11-year pro career, and I honestly feel he is underrated. When the days of Julius Erving were in bloom, it seemed people appreciated Cheeks more, but he's still done his thing, and he's kept going, and look at what he's doing now.
Yes, he is still in the background because of all the attention that Charles Barkley receives, and Well, that was the case in the days of Irving and Malone. Strickland, wild shot. Here's Eddie Wilkins. And he'll go to the line with 27 seconds remaining. And this first quarter, well, on the foul, Eddie Wilkins is a poor free throw shooter at 55%, and he'll shoot a pair.
But Eddie has a nose for the basketball, and Strickland takes a very difficult shot. Eddie right in there, hanging around, and gets that rebound without having to jump too high, and surprises you, Marv.
Well, when you're shooting 55%, you're basically hitting 1 out of 2, John.
So now is the test, right?
If you want to take it segment by segment, might hit 2 in a row. No, he stays at his average.
No, I understand.
And the Knicks by 2, 27-25. Pressure, but Henderson handles it. 14 on the shot clock, 15 remaining in the quarter.
Sixers are opening it up as wide as they can for this man to operate.
Newman tried to draw the charge. This is a three-pointer for Gerald Henderson. Sixers by 1. 5 seconds left. Oakley was looking for the long pass. It was cut off. Down to 2. And here's Newman. He gets it off. Won't count. Or would not have counted. It was waved off. And after 1, the Philadelphia 76ers, by virtue of the three-point bomb by one-time Knick, Gerald Henderson, lead by 1.
Super Unleaded Plus gasoline. Drive your engine clean with Mobil Super Unleaded, the high-octane gasoline with a plus. And by the Tri-State Jeep Eagle dealers of New York, New Jersey, and Fairfield County, where you can always expect the best.
Capacity crowd here at Madison Square Garden, rocking right from the start, from the opening introductions, and the Knicks got off to the big lead. And then the 76ers made it back. The highlight of the first quarter, the continuous battle between Charles Oakley and Charles Barkley.
Yes, Oakley doing a great job meeting this man physically. But you know, Marv, you have to be so impressed with Barkley's reaction as he gives the ball up to people like this. Ron Anderson has killed the Knicks off the bench in the first quarter.
He has hit 6 of 8, 12 points, a number of uncontested shots. Maurice Cheeks with an excellent first quarter, 7 assists, 2 steals, along with 9 points.
He's done 18 good things to Mark Jackson's 7. What a quarter for him.
76er ball underway, second quarter. Henderson on a pull-up. And Anderson is there to put it home. He continues to kill the Knicks. Philadelphia with its biggest lead, a margin of 3. The Knicks led by as many as 7. Strickland and Tucker now in the backcourt. Here's Ewing over Welp, and rebounded by Chris Welp. Cheeks and Henderson at the guards. Anderson, Welp, Barkley up front. Newman is on Anderson. Strickland guarding Cheeks. Anderson eluding Ewing. And tipped home will not count. It is offensive interference as Barkley got a piece of it. And as you can see, did not agree with that call.
Barkley could have had 3 more hoops if he didn't have better fortune. Now Oakley forgets about him for a second. He goes right around. Look at the position he has. I mean, that's an easy 2. He's also had 2 more inside that he lost because the passes weren't executed right. The Knicks are very lucky regarding Charles Barkley right now offensively.
Now Strickland guarded by the rookie Scott Brooks, who's played well against the Knicks. Strickland, yes. Knicks down by 1, 30-29. Strickland's first field goal.
Brooks should not be able to bother Strickland. Same with Ewing and Welp.
Anderson played by Tucker. Nice move by Barkley. That is only his second field goal. He has 4 points, and he's given the Sixers a 3-point lead.
Boy, is he yapping away out there. He's just a magpie.
A magpie, huh? I wonder if he's ever been referred to as a magpie.
He sure is now.
Tucker with a 3-point attempt, kept alive by Oakley, but Brooks is on it, and the Knicks are not hitting the 3-pointers. Here comes Barkley.
He can't believe it.
Now he drew the foul, blew the layup, but he'll go to the line. Strickland called on that foul.
You can't believe he missed it. He was going too fast. Boy, as he answered the challenge. 3-on-1 situation now off that play. Brooks certainly gives it to the right man.
Crowd reacting as Rick Pitino gets set to make some changes. He will insert Kiki Vandeweghe and Kenny Walker.
Rick has to be shaken, Marv, I would think, because the Sixers are in stride early in this game. They're not showing any fear, and they're not showing any weakness.
Newman and Oakley will sit down. Johnny Newman leads with a field goal. Oakley was 0 for 5, along with 4 rebounds, but did a good job defensively on Barkley. Barkley, a 75% foul shooter. And the 76ers lead by 5, 34-29. 2 minutes have gone by in the second quarter.
The Knicks have to create a monster in Patrick Ewing. The only way that happens is if they go to him.
And that has not been the case to this point. Here's Vandeweghe. Loose ball foul on the Knicks.
Well, Kenny Walker is so energetic, but Barkley had the position inside. Kenny just jumped over him, but tough to do that and not create contact.
Maurice Cheeks getting a rest now, so Brooks and Henderson in the Philadelphia backcourt. Anderson. Brooks, or rather Barkley, went flying.
Kenny Walker had something to do with that.
Strickland hit on the reach-in. Mike Jaminski and Ben Coleman make their entrance.
Moments ago, Kenny Walker matched on Barkley, a man he's seen plenty of this year. Look at him trying to push him away, and he can't. With the strength of this guy, and then you can see that Kenny Walker drove him to the floor. No foul called on that play, and also, to Barkley's credit, no mouthing off about it. He just got up and dug his way back.
Charles Barkley now sitting down. Ron Strickland fouled in the act by Scott Brooks. So Barkley 2 out of 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line, 6 points, 5 rebounds.
Well, he's not a happy man at the end of that bench either. He's mouthing off to his teammate Cliff Robinson.
Good pressure. Coleman back to help. Henderson. Gerald Henderson hit a 3-pointer, and now hits again for 5 points and a 6-point 76er lead. It's their biggest of the game. Ewing, yes, 36-32. Philadelphia by 4. Walker applying the pressure, got a piece of it. And the foul on the Knicks. Strickland called for his second.
To contrast the Knicks bench depth versus the Sixers now having to go to Ben Coleman, who has been out, didn't play the last 4 games of the season because of a back problem, and he's right into very tough stuff right now. The Knicks, of course, with a healthy team, don't have a problem like that.
Coleman able to get to it off the fingertips of Mark Jackson, who had just checked in. Ben Coleman.
Costly error by the Knicks allowing that to happen.
And the Sixers lead it by 6. We're told by a member of our crack crew when Barkley sat down, he told Cliff Robinson, who's sitting out with the injury, that they can't stop me. That's the quote from Charles Barkley. We have our people all over. Disguised as Sixers on the bench picking up conversation. As well, Anderson able to hit uncontested, and Rick Pitino not happy about the defensive effort of his ball club. The Knicks trail by 8. 8:16 remaining. First half.
Gerald Wilkins has been magnificent in the first half, and that is how he has done it, going to the basket. He has been an uncontrollable force. And there's a man who has worked so hard. It's unbelievable the amount of energy he has consumed containing Charles Barkley.
And one of those situations where it does not show up on the scorecard. Beautiful feed from Cheeks. And then Barkley nearly picked it off. Charles says, "You okay?" as he kicks in a computer.
He was inches away from Cavaliers coach Lenny Wilkins, who's here on a scouting mission tonight before his team opens up tomorrow.
76ers 44 and the Knicks 42. Here's Jackson trying to give it up. And last touch by the 76ers. Before that bucket by Barkley, the 76ers had gone just under 5 minutes without scoring. The Knicks over that stretch scored 8 points. So it has been a defensive struggle. Ewing from deep, not the shot the Knicks want, but Green able to rebound out of his range. Out of 2:40 to go in this first half. Wilkins had a notion. Here's Ewing. So Patrick Ewing is now 3 for 7. Hawkins and Cheeks in the backcourt. Anderson, Barkley, Treminsky up front. To illustrate how difficult it has been for both clubs to get off good shots, that shot clock has been running down on almost every sequence. In that instance, Ewing called for the foul. It is a non-shooting foul, and Anderson will throw it in. Double up on Cheeks. Now Ewing tries to get back.
What a price. Patrick has to discriminate. If there's no one behind to help him, and there wasn't, it's death. And that's what happened. He can't just jump out and try and help out and steal the ball unless there's someone behind him.
And here is Barkley on the steal. Cheeks all the way. And the 76ers able to regroup. They now lead by 6. 48-42, a minute and 40 to go in this first half. Halftime, Milwaukee leads Atlanta 49-48 in game 1 of their best of 5. Ewing. It will count. And the foul. So 13 points for Ewing.
Knicks moving the ball around well. Gerald Wilkins getting away with hanging in the air and still finding a target. None other than Patrick Ewing, who executes a very deft move underneath.
Hawkins called for the foul. Ewing is 5 for 6 from the foul line. 3-point play for Ewing. And the Knicks trail by 3, 48-45. Minute 25 left, first half. Anderson able to lose Newman off a pick. Look out. Barkley hitting the floor. Newman challenging Anderson. Ewing on the follow. And the Knicks are down by 1. Barkley is all right, but not particularly pleased with the officiating. He just made a nasty gesture, John, in the direction of Ed F. Rush. Nasty.
Never quite saw it. I knew what that message was, but in the meantime, Sidney Green, being physical with this man, draws a foul. He commits a foul. And Charles is doing some job on Ed Rush. Barkley driving himself into Sidney Green. I mean, does this man equalize height deficiencies? Barkley at 6'5", guarded by 6'9" men tonight. And with his strength, he drives his body into a 6'9" man and makes a 6'9" guy 6'5".
Yet, John, he says that he feels for the first time in his life that despite all the success, he will have to do something to restructure his body. And he says he's going to have to start lifting weights, maybe play at 235 pounds next year. He's around 245, 250. He says the players in the league are getting stronger, and he's getting older. He's just 26 years of age, but he feels he's usually able to get by quickness, but now players are so much stronger that he may have to do some restructuring. Here's Green. Barkley on the rebound.
Well, you see Oakley bounce off him when he just went up for that rebound. Yes, that's a credit to him if he does it. Barkley, with the natural strength, has not discovered weights yet. He certainly hasn't had to, but I think he enjoys his career and his prominence, and he wants to keep it that way.
Here's Hawkins from 3. And Newman on the rebound. See the time running down. The Knicks will hold for a final shot. They're down by 2, 49-48. 47. Down to 10 seconds left of the half. Wilkins setting it up. Here's Wilkins with the step. And he was blocked, so he'll go to the line.
Well, Gerald is committed to driving tonight, that's for sure. He feels he can get around anybody. And you know what? He has.
Eric Smith called for his third foul. Wilkins to the line. He's 0 for 1 from the free throw line. It's been a solid season. Gerald Wilkins averaged just under 13 a game. And he is the high man tonight with 19. Ron Anderson leading Philadelphia with 18 points.
You know, it's interesting. The playoffs are often categorized, and it's so early now, we haven't seen patterns yet, as half-court struggles. Funny thing is, both teams are running a lot, and yet it's a very low-scoring first half.
Time 49. Final seconds of the half. Barkley able to get down. Basket counts in the foul with 1 second remaining. In this first half, Wilkins called on the foul.
You should never underestimate Mike Jaminski's skills in a complete fashion. Here's an example. Home run pass right on target, and this man does the rest.
Barkley is 3 out of 4 on the line. He's gunning for his 12th point. And that is it. And Rick Pitino cannot be satisfied with what he has seen here in the first half. The 76ers lead the Knicks by 2. Philadelphia 51, the New York Knicks 49 of this game 1 of the best of 5. We'll be right back.
Back at Madison Square Garden, Greg Gumbel, 51-49 76ers. Time for MetLife Knick of the Year honors. Let's go to John Condon.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to center court, where Mr. Vince Vitiello, the regional sales manager for MetLife, will present the MetLife Knick of the Year Award. Mr. Vitiello.
Thank you. On behalf of MetLife, I am pleased to present the MetLife Knick Player of the Year to Patrick Ewing. In addition, MetLife will donate $1,000 in Patrick's name to the Harlem Little League. Congratulations, Patrick.
So Patrick Ewing, the MetLife Knick of the Year, after winning monthly honors in November, January, March, and April. Congratulations to Patrick Ewing. Let's go back now to Marvin John.
All right, Greg, and as we check out the statistics in the first half, I'll look at the shooting by both ball clubs. 76ers better than 53% on 23 for 43, led by Ron Anderson, who hit 9 out of 14. The Knicks only 18 for 42, just under 43%.
Just a remarkable performance by Ron Anderson off the bench. Everyone knew he was dangerous, but not this dangerous.
And at the foul line, the Knicks had their opportunities. Sixers only 4 out of 7. And at the point guard position, it has been all Maurice Cheeks. Mark Jackson with a quiet first half. And there is Mark, who took only 3 shots, 2 of 3 from the field for his 4 points. Gerald Wilkins, the high man, with 20. Patrick Ewing with 16, and Anderson with 18 points in 17 minutes of play. Sixers by 2, 51-49. As we get underway, third quarter. Smith, Barkley, Jaminski up front, Hawkins and Cheeks in the backcourt.
Marv, I think the key statistic for the Sixers in the first half is their 18 assists to the Knicks 10. They passed the ball flawlessly in the first half, or near flawlessly, as they exploited the Knicks' pressure and found open people.
And Ewing took the hit from Jaminski. And it's 76er ball. Game 1 of the best of 5. Game 2 here Saturday afternoon at the Garden. Barkley. Good recovery by Oakley. And the tip home for Jaminski.
Oh, when you let a 7-footer get free underneath the hoop like that, that's what can happen. The Knicks are having breakdowns tonight.
76ers lead by 4, 53-49. Wilkins drawing the double coverage and nearly picked off by Derek Smith. 7 on the 24. Newman, yes, 53-51. Sixers by 2. Only the second field goal for Johnny Newman. Down to 5 on the 24. Hawkins. Oh, good play by Ewing, stripping Barkley. 2-on-1. Wilkins. Off the feed from Jackson.
Boy, Jackson made several decisions. He wanted to give it off to his left to Newman. Couldn't get through and made the right call at the very end of that move.
Game tied at 53. Cheeks from deep. Maurice Cheeks with 13. He's hit 6 out of 8. And it's Philadelphia by 2.
What a clutch player. Big time player, Maurice Cheeks, doing his thing on the enemy court.
Wilkins with the fluid stroke. He has 24. Game tied at 55. Mix up by the Sixers, so the Knicks take over on that turnover. 2.5 gone by in the third quarter. In the third quarter, game 1 of their best of 5. Milwaukee and Atlanta tied at 62. In this one, the Knicks have led by as many as 7. 76ers at one stretch led by 8. Newman getting inside, and the Knicks take a 2-point lead.
Now that is a weakness of the Sixers. That is, they do not have a shot blocker. They don't have a defensive presence once you get inside. Wilkins and Newman have certainly made that clear tonight.
Last time the Knicks led, it was 27-25.
Oh, what a fast call by Daryl Garrison. All that banging that goes on. And then slight contact, it seemed, at the wrist from Oakley to Barkley in the foul call. It's very interesting how that happens.
Rick Pitino setting it up defensively. Derek Smith inbounds to Mike Jaminski. Here's Smith.
What a move.
Derek Smith providing a facial, and he will go to the line. Ewing committing his second.
This is a great move by Derek Smith, and Ewing came over to stop him and couldn't deal with it. Smith, who competes very hard for playing time on this team, and Lynham is keeping him alive by starting him every game, but he doesn't play much after that as Anderson fills in.
Derek Smith, after playing a key role in the 1980 championship team in Louisville, is playing only his first NBA playoff game. And this is 7th year as a pro. Jackson was stopped by Cheeks. Barkley able to get to it. Game tied at 57. Smith got the step and fed Barkley beautifully.
Why is Barkley unguarded underneath? It was Ewing and Jackson. Neither of those guys are guarding him.
22nd timeout taken by the Knicks. Sixers lead it now 59-57.
Smith feeling his oats now, goes baseline and finds Charles Barkley wide open as Ewing went up to try and deflect the pass, and this man was wide open. Bill Wilkins can't deny Smith. Everyone goes over to help out, as Oakley did, and that left this man wide open.
4 minutes gone by in this third quarter, and the Sixers lead by 2, 59-57. Ewing getting inside. Nice flip from Oakley to set it up. And the game is tied at 59. Ewing has 18 points. Patrick Ewing averaged 26 a game against the Sixers in the 6 regular season meetings. Hawkins trying to dish it off. Kaminsky on the save.
Wilkins on that play rotated perfectly to deflect the pass.
Here's Newman. Strip. And it will be Nick Ball.
Johnny always goes for the big windup for the stuff. In that case, it cost him. It allowed the defense to come in and deflect that ball.
Newman, though, showing signs here in the third quarter after a slow start. He's been a big game player for the Knicks. Oakley. And that is his first field goal. Missed his first 5.
The way he can put pressure on Barkley and give him something to think about.
Here's Cheeks. Maurice Cheeks has 15. And the game is tied at 61.
You know, Cheeks' high game this year is 24 points. Doesn't do a lot of scoring, but he's shooting at just the right times tonight.
Kaminsky forcing Ewing outside. Ewing. Oh, that was a stumble move, but he was able to bank it home. Knicks by 2, 63-61. Kaminsky around Ewing.
So what the Knicks are doing now is creating the Ewing monster.
Dangerous pass, and Wilkins fortunate to get to it. And Newman puts it home. And the Knicks very fortunate on that sequence. Bad pass thrown. They got to the ball. Bad shot taken by Wilkins, but Newman was able to hammer it. And an 8-2 run for the Knicks has given them a 4-point lead. Barkley pulling his way. And he drew the foul. Knicks take the timeout.
Followed by Danny Newman.
Newman called on the foul, his second. Here's that effort by Wilkins, and Newman able to sky and stuff it home. The Knicks 65, 76ers 61. We'll be right back. It's being brought to you in part by GE. From satellites to medical systems, we bring good things to life. And the playoffs bring out some of the folks who are not here as frequently. Well, no, I thought we'd see a shot of Woody Allen, John. A perfect lead-in.
Well, I'll look at him for you, Marv.
Thank you.
Yes, it is Woody. And one of his children with him. And so Peter Falk here also. Peter, one of the big Knicks fans over the years. Has been a little busy with his show business career lately, though we haven't seen him here quite that often.
So the Knicks now lead it 65-63. There's Woody taking it all in from courtside. Wilkins off the fake. 6 minutes to go here in the third. Kaminsky. And the Sixers have tied it at 65.
Well, I tell you, when Mike Kaminsky beats you on a fast break, you know that he's working hard and you're not hanging with him.
Ewing. Good play by Smith.
Derek Smith is not dead wood for the Sixers.
Illegal defense call for the second time against the Knicks, so that is a technical foul. Sixers will go to the line, and they also will get a new 24. Mike Kaminsky to the line for the first time. Latest score, fourth quarter. And beyond the Atlanta, the Hawks lead the Milwaukee Bucks 79-77 in the fourth. And Philadelphia has taken a 1-point lead, 66-65. The Knicks came out blazing, hitting 8 of 11 from the field to get this third quarter underway. And the Sixers now have been able to settle things down in possession with a 1-point lead. They open it up for Barkley. Wilkins looking to provide help. Well, Oakley's played it so well. Kaminsky. Mike Kaminsky with 11. And Philadelphia leads by 3.
The Sixers are so disciplined when the Knicks are stopping them.
And here comes Cheeks off the steal. He blew the layup. Good play by Jackson. Newman stopped by Jaminski and tied up. So Jaminski and Newman will jump it up. Here's Rod Strickland back. Has not been a good one for Mark Jackson. Rick Pitino reacting to the tie-up. Jaminski and Newman get set. They go at each other on the tip. The Sixers have unleashed 7 consecutive points.
Wilkins' quickness took away that advantage the Sixers had with the tip.
Oakley has hit 2 in a row after missing his first 5. And the Knicks trail by 1, 68-67.
Sixers calling out a play now.
On the shot clock. Jaminski.
Pick and roll.
Yes, able to beat Ewing. Mike Jaminski has provided a lift here in the third quarter. Sixers by 3, 70-67. Strickland.
Had to take it. Had to take it. He was being challenged.
Sixers lead by 1, 70-69. 3:45 left in the third.
I would think this man wants to go wild. He hasn't had the chance.
And here comes Wilkins. Beating Cheeks off the dribble.
Boy, does he hang in the air.
Maurice Cheeks very upset. Had an argument with Ed F. Rush as time was called.
Maurice Cheeks directing the attack as usual. Executes a perfect pick and roll play. Ewing doesn't go for the fake by Jaminski, and then Big Mike executes the slam, and he is coming on strong, as you mentioned, Marv. At the other end, this guy has created such problems all game long. Gerald Wilkins has been floating like a butterfly. I'm not going to finish it.
And Gerald Wilkins with a career playoff high, 26 points. He had a 24 game against Boston last season. Here's Jaminski getting possession but rejected. That is the second block for Ewing. 9 showing on the shot clock. The Knicks lead by 1, 71-70. 3:13 left in the third. Cheeks from deep. Meanwhile, Oakland and Barkley entangled, killing each other. Strickland and Wilkins in the backcourt. Oakley, Ewing, Newman up front. Ewing. Rebound, Barkley. Terrific box out.
Such strong hands he has, competing with Oakley for that.
Barkley from 3. So Barkley now with 18, and the Sixers lead 73-71.
He's the whole package. Kills you on the defensive board, starts the break, and then finishes you off with a three-point play. A power man who can do that.
Barkley jumping out on the double team. Strickland had the shot, changed his mind. Here's Newman. And it's Barkley on the rebound. Look out. He thought he was fouled.
Well, these Sixers are playing some defense, Marv. The Knicks are not finding it easy to get shots off.
Both clubs have certainly intensified the defensive effort. See that shot clock continuously running down to 5 as Smith fired. Barkley hits the deck, and here comes Wilkins. Sixers got back. Strickland. And it will be Nick Ball. Darrell Henderson reporting in. Eric Smith sits down. So the 76ers.
Number 44 and Trent Tucker, number 6, in 20 yards.
With Cheeks and Henderson in the backcourt. Kaminsky, Barkley, Anderson up front. Sidney Green and Trent Tucker back in. Gerald Wilkins departs with his 26. Strickland. And he was held by Cheeks.
Strickland showing his strong hands as he was played very tough. And it's noticeable the long rest Mark Jackson is getting now.
Mark Jackson has been a very strong fourth quarter player in both his rookie and sophomore season and has been silent tonight. He's piled up the assist. He has 8 assists, but only 4 points. Has not been a major factor. Game is tied at 73. Strickland off the bench for 7. Minute and a half left. Third quarter. Anderson with daylight. Ron Anderson has 20. And the 76ers lead 75-73. Tucker from 3. Yes. The Knicks with their first 3-point field goal. They missed their first 4. And the Knicks lead by 1, 76-75.
In the prior 6 games between these two, the Knicks averaged 6 3-point field goals a game.
Anderson again. He has done it from every conceivable angle. 11 for 16. 22 points, and Philadelphia has a 1-point lead.
These 2 field goals are his only points of the third quarter.
Ewing. Yes. The Knicks by 1 as we seesaw 78-77 with 30 seconds left in the third.
What a great game. There's just no signs of dominance by either team.
Cheeks playing the clock. Crowd with the 10 of defense. Barkley. And he'll go to the line. Charles Barkley, who averaged 31 a game against the Knicks during the regular season, fouled by Sidney Green, and Barkley will shoot 2. He's 5 for 7 from the line.
Nice feature in USA Today on the mothers.
You wanted to say that, John?
No, it just had to be. Had to be. On the mothers of many of the prominent players in the league, including Charles's. And, of course, nothing but love and admiration for her son. Interesting when you hear the moms talk about their players. There's Ricky Mahorn as well, his mother. The tough guys in the NBA really come off as little pussycats when their mothers reflect on their nice, gentle qualities. Sometimes it's hard for the people who see their sons go about their professional work to relate to these remarks.
And mutual respect, a lot of affection between Charles Barkley and Rick Pitino. Charles has a weekly radio show on WIP Radio in Philadelphia, and Rick was the guest the other night, and Rick made some suggestions to Barkley as we're down to 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Wilkins with a gorgeous move to the Knicks lead by 2. Here's Henderson. Final seconds. He fires it. Knicks by 2 after 3. Rick Pitino telling Charles Barkley the other day on Charles's radio show, listen, don't shoot the ball. Just stay outside on the perimeter, and the game will come to you. Just be cool about it.
Announcers clothing courtesy of Pierre Cardin. Suits and sport coats available at A&S all stores. Rod Strickland getting plenty of playing time, hitting Patrick Ewing. No time for a double team on plays like that. Ewing just operates over Mike Kaminsky.
Patrick Ewing 8 for 14 for his 22 points. Mike Kaminsky playing a more prominent role in the third quarter. He has 13 points on the 6 for 13 shooting. Maurice Cheeks with 14 assists over the first 3 quarters. And we head to quarter number 4 of game 1 of the best of 5. The Knicks lead at 80-78. Been close throughout. Knicks led by as many as 7. That was early. Sixers led by as many as 8. Both clubs shot well in the third. And the crowd greeting the Knicks as they walk back out of the floor. Chris Welp come on to provide some rest for Mike Jaminski. The Knicks go with Patrick Ewing, Sidney Green, and a three-guard alignment. Rod Strickland, Gerald Wilkins, and Trent Tucker. Tucker from three. And rebounded by Cheeks. Putting the speed on and then rejected. Maurice Cheeks in his 11th season at West Texas State. 32 years old, but he can still accelerate.
Wilkins makes the great block, and the Knicks as a team really did the job.
Anderson having trouble. And Barkley saves it. Just did get it in, beating the 5-second call.
What a beat of perspiration on your forehead.
It was Charles heading in our direction. Anderson with a three-pointer. Rebound to Ewing.
That was the Knicks' highest scoring quarter this game. 31 points in the third.
Wilkins from three. Now they call it a two-pointer. But the Knicks take a 4-point lead. 82-78, 30 points for Gerald Wilkins. That has equaled his season high. Had a 30-point game against Houston back in November. Anderson. Rare miss for Ron Anderson. Rebounded by Sidney Green.
Boy, when Mark Jackson gets the call, he's going to come roaring off that bench. He's been sitting a while.
Barkley jumping out. Here's Ewing. Yes. And the 76ers want to talk it over. Well, this is not a replay. When we went away to break for commercial, they were waving the towels and providing the standing ovation for the Knicks. They are now first sitting down as the Knicks have taken a 6-point lead, 84-78, minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Scott Brooks has come on for the Sixers. Here goes Barkley off the nice move, and he draws the foul.
Very interesting job done by Rod Strickland. He's been in the game for 6.5 minutes, relieving Mark Jackson. And in that 6.5 minutes, the Knicks have outscored the Sixers 19-10. So he's really done a fine job. And here, his first NBA playoff game.
Barkley having troubles at the line. Charles is 6 for 10. Usually a good free throw shooter. For the season, 75%. Close them both. So the Knicks maintain a 6-point lead. Rick Pitino staying with the three guards. Strickland, Wilkins, and Tucker along with Green and Ewing. The matchup is Green and Barkley. Ewing over Welp. Rebound Green. Here's Sidney. Rebound Ewing. And then taken by the Sixers, Henderson. Tucker trying to stop Barkley. Had to throw it back out.
See if the Sixers attack Tucker now. Barkley, now they switch.
8 on the shot clock. Brooks. Wilkins trying to help out off the boards. Henderson. Anderson gets to it.
Knicks just can't grab that basketball.
Here's Welp. Chris Welp with his first field goal. And the Knicks now lead at 84-80. Chris Welp, the 76ers #1 draft pick last season, but played only 10 games because of a knee problem.
Cookie Vandeweghe, 7 minutes in the first half, 0 for 2.
Barkley jumping out to steal. Here's Barkley, draws the foul, the basket counts, and he will go to the line.
He's picking up his team on his back. He's doing it himself. And he's highly capable. Look at that quickness. 250 pounds. Look at him move. Now,
foul committed by Wilkins. The Knicks take a timeout. We'll be right back. Following the Knicks and the 76ers right here on the MSG Network. After the game, it'll be the 63rd annual Daily News Golden Gloves Tournament. The finals of this always action-packed tournament from the Felt Forum here at the Garden. That'll be up next here on the MSG Network.
Thus far, turnovers not a major factor. The Knicks with 11. The Sixers, rather, the Knicks with 10. And that is a fine reflection, really, on both teams, as this game is so tough physically all over the court. Both teams protecting the ball. It looks like the Sixers will once again be held under 20.
Oakley has had his difficulties out the line, able to complete a three-point play, and the Sixers now within one. Knicks 84 and Philadelphia 83. 3 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. Ewing, rejected emphatically by Barkley.
Would have been an offensive foul on Ewing as well.
And here's Strickland putting the move on Brooks, and he is fouled by Scott Brooks. Sixers committing only their first team foul. Knicks have 2.
Ewing going up for the shot, and Barkley, I would say, coming to play, sends that back.
Charles Barkley has taken over this fourth quarter. Ewing stripped. Strickland he forced. Rebounded by Welk.
Shot like that will get Mark Jackson into Rick Pitino's mind quickly.
Yes, I think we'll see Mark shortly. Atlanta led by Dominique Wilkins, who scored 28 points, winning game number 1. 5 on the 24. Welk had it blocked, and it will be Nick Ball. Welk thought he was hacked. 4 minutes gone by. In this fourth quarter. Well, Barkley was called for a loose ball foul on the play. That's 2 on Barkley. There's assistant coach Fred Carter, who was upset over that call, as his head coach Jim Lynham. Knicks lead by 1, 84-83.
Mark Jackson left the game with 4:52 left in the third quarter. Strickland's been in ever since.
7 on the shot clock. Ewing off a double team. Rebound. Oakley tried to save it. And through the foul. He took a shove. Here comes Kaminsky. Along with Cheeks, Welk on the foul. And now Mark Jackson making his way over to the scorer's table. And replaces Rod Strickland. 7 points for Strickland.
Good effort by Strickland. He held the fort. And Johnny Newman also re-entering. That play by Oakley, by the way, was one of the many great plays that he makes that you don't see in the scorebook.
Newman with the step. Knicks 86. Philadelphia 83. To be precise, Mark Jackson sat out 9 minutes and 7 seconds, but he's back on the floor in the backcourt with Gerald Wilkins. Up front, Ewing, Newman, and Oakley. A chant of defense from this capacity crowd. Barkley drawing the attention. 7 on the shot clock. Barkley's hit a 3. Here's another. Jackson trying to punch it away. Rebound Ewing. And it will be Nick Ball. And Ewing has done a good job off the boards. 8 rebounds for Ewing, 9 for Oakley. Barkley, high man of that department with 12. One-on-one situation for Wilkins, who took a bump off the pick from Oakley. Wilkins. Kaminsky gets to him, he's fouled.
Contact is fierce under there. Kaminsky using every inch of his height to get that rebound, on a fine effort by him.
Foul committed by Wilkins. 3 on Wilkins. Percy Hawkins, who has been blanked, has checked back in. His playoff debut to this point, 0 for 5 from the field. Jaminski rebounded by Wilkins, and Gerald's gone to the boards. 5 rebounds for Wilkins, along with 30 points. Newman from 3.
Tough to shoot. Excuse me, Marv. Tough to shoot the 3 off the bench like that. Newman had been out for quite a while.
Oakley tried to save it, lost it. And now Wilkins sitting down. Gerald Wilkins, the 11th Knick to score 30 or more in a playoff game. Among the others, Willis Reed, Bernard King, Walt Frazier, Cassie Russell, Bob McAdoo, Patrick Ewing, Carl Braun. Johnny Newman did it against the Celtics. Stan Stutz, the late Connie Simmons. Here's Hawkins, rejected. And it will be Nick Ball. Darryl Garrison with the call as Ewing came up with his 3rd block, and then Hawkins stepped out.
Well, when you block a jump shot, you don't see that very often in the NBA. Hawkins is an excellent shooter and big guy. Ewing did a great job.
It has been a defensive geared opening playoff game. Down to 5:50 remaining. Newman off the stumble, and then the pull-up. What a play by Newman, who felt that he was fouled.
That he had the presence to throw that fake as he was stumbling really said something. What a move.
The Knicks by 5, 88-83. Anderson eluding Newman. Ron Anderson has 24. And the Knicks lead is 3 with 5:20 left in the 4th quarter. 76ers have scored only 7 points in this 4th quarter. Newman. And he drew the foul. Johnny Newman, as we mentioned earlier, has emerged in some of the Knicks' biggest games. Anderson with that foul is 3rd. And that goes back to last year's playoffs against the Celtics. In particular, the only Knick win of that series here at the Garden, where Newman outplayed Larry Bird.
Yes, Rick Pitino issued the challenge to him, and he executed it. And that showed the Knicks, among the many other fine games he's had, that he's certainly a big game player. That was a game reminiscent. As you look at this game tonight, Newman once again answering the challenge.
He's an 82% free throw shooter. And the Knicks now lead by 4, 89-85. Cheeks and Hawkins at the guard. Barkley, Jaminski, and Anderson up front.
Newman is hugging Anderson. He likes him so much.
Yes, not out of friendship. Jaminski. And here's Cheeks. Took a pop from Jackson. Jackson commits his 2nd. The Knicks with their 4th team foul.
Foul by Charles Oakley.
Now check that, away from the ball. It's on Oakley.
Oakley and Barkley matched up. Oakley working hard on him. And we can see it appears he has him by the shirt.
Yes, it appears so.
But that was what I would call incidental contact in relation to what they have been doing throughout this game. I think it was the shirt part that caught the official.
John, what do you want to do? Take his shirt off?
Just a little tug.
2 apiece on Barkley and Oakley. Knicks lead by 4. Nice pass, and it's a goaltend. Barkley finding Cheeks, so the basket counts. 17 points for Maurice Cheeks. And the Knicks now lead at 89-87.
That's a breakdown as the Knicks were caught watching the ball, and Cheeks wisely went back door and was unguarded. The Knicks did not respond to that.
Newman with room. And Darryl Garrison calling it Philadelphia ball. Ewing deflected it out.
Both coaches were quoted before this series began as saying defense will determine the outcome. Now the Knicks with a 2-point lead, 4:15 to go. Have to respond accordingly, as do the Sixers.
But Cheeks was wide open, and he has tied the game at 89-19 for Cheeks. The Knicks take a timeout. We'll be with you again on Tuesday night, starting at 7:30 when the Knicks and Sixers meet Game 3 of the this best-of-5 playoff series. That'll be the Knicks and the Sixers playoff basketball here on the MSG Network. That game taking place at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. We're down to 4:10 remaining in this fourth quarter, and the game is tied at 89.
Sixers continue to move the ball perfectly against the pressure. And by moving it quickly, they're always finding situations, it seems, where a man will be open for a split second.
And Maurice Cheeks having a superb night. Mark Jackson has been very quiet. Sat out for a stretch of better than 9 minutes with Rod Strickland getting the playing time. And over that stretch, the Knicks did outscore the Sixers 19-15. But Mark Jackson has been very solid down the stretch. This is usually his time of the ball game. Let's see what develops. We're down to 4 minutes remaining. 10 on the shot clock. Here is Wilkins. Yes. Gerald Wilkins has 32 points. And the Knicks lead 91-89.
Cheeks himself has accounted for 49 of the team's 89 points.
Anderson. Rebound Jackson. And it will be Sixer ball.
Kind of describes the evening for Mark. No one around him. Just lost his balance. Every player faces nights like that. One of the rare moments. Anderson has missed the shot, but Mark, in his physical effort to get that ball, just couldn't keep control.
3.5 left. Fourth quarter.
Jackson's illegal. You can see that right away, and Garrettson looking at it right away because he made the commitment to double team, then he started to go back to his man, then he kind of hung out in the middle. And that is what the officials are all over. You either have to double team completely or go back and guard your man. You can't hang out in the middle.
It's the third violation on the Knicks. And so a 1-point Knick lead with 3:21 remaining in this fourth quarter. That's the timeout situation. The Knicks down to 2 full timeouts remaining. Hawkins met by Wilkins. Got the step. Percy Hawkins with his first field goal of the game.
Wilkins allowed the lane by veering over, anticipating a pass to Barkley would save him a step to double team. In so doing, he opened up a lane.
76ers lead at 92-91. Ewing going at Jaminski. Gorgeous move by Ewing.
That was a Gerald Wilkins type move.
The Knicks by 1, 93-92. Ewing has 26. 2:35 remaining in the game.
Boy, it's clear who the Sixers are going to carry them home.
Newman over to help out. 3 on the shot clock. Cheeks. Rebound Oakley.
See the area Newman had to cover? He came over to help out in the double team and then had to get all the way over to the corner to get his man, and he did.
Wilkins on a quick release. Yes, he's on fire. Gerald Wilkins with 34. And it forces the 76ers into a timeout. Knicks by 3 with 2:05 left in the fourth. 76ers now have 2 timeouts plus a 20. The Knicks with 2 remaining. The Knicks leading it by 3. Here's that terrific move by Ewing.
Boy, Ewing playing as a small forward on that move, going around Jaminski. Gerald Wilkins has carried the Knicks offensively tonight, and what a clutch basket. Looking at the numbers of Gerald against the Sixers this year, he has averaged 10.7 points a game. Way down for him against the Sixers, but tonight, much to the Sixers' surprise, he has broken out.
Wilkins with 34 off 16 for 21 from the field. Down to 2 minutes to go. Fourth quarter. Here's Barkley. Beautiful feed, and Jaminski cuts it down to 1. 95-94. That'll be a delay of game warning. On the 76ers, second such call would mean a technical foul. Minute 53 left in the fourth.
What a clear demonstration by Barkley of why he is so confident. Just dribbled that ball right in, drew the attention, and handed it off for a layup.
Barkley looking for the steal. 10 on the shot clock. Knicks having difficulty on the sequence. Jackson hits. So Mark Jackson with a clutch bucket, and is only his third basket of the game. The Knicks by 3, 97, 94, 1:25 remaining in the fourth. Anderson open. Anderson with 26, and the Knicks lead is 1.
One of the great jump shooting exhibitions we've seen this year by Ron Anderson.
He has hit 13 for 20. We're coming up on 1 minute remaining, fourth quarter. Jackson was forced into that pass and able to recover. 3 on the shot clock. Jackson fires. Rebound Oakley. Oh, what a break for the Knicks. But he stepped out. No break. That pass diagnosed beautifully by the Sixers, and it led to the turnover with Jackson have to chase in the backcourt. Timeout is called. Down to 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Knicks lead by 1, 97-96. The Knicks using the timeout, so they are down to 1, while Philadelphia has 2 plus a 20.
Under pressure, Mark, with the soft pass. Hawkins on the case. Jackson with a great recovery, however. Pushes it up, however, the seconds are ticking away, and he rushes the shot up and almost makes an incredible shot. Teammate Oakley steps on the out-of-bounds line as he attempts to save it.
John, you take a look back in the history of the best-of-5 first-round format. The winner of Game 1 has advanced 56 out of 68 times, 82%. And Game 1 is down to 53 seconds. It will be 76er ball. The Knicks lead by 1, 97-96.
He really looks nervous, doesn't he? Meanwhile, the Knicks have held him to 12 shot attempts, which is amazing. Great defense on Barkley. He's 7 of 12 from the field and 7 of 12 from the line.
And well below his average, 22 points thus far for Barkley, but has still played a terrific game. Anderson, rare miss. That one a bit too deep. 35 seconds left. Knicks by 1 with the ball. 17 on the shot clock. Down to 10 on the 24. 25 seconds in the game.
So must get a good shot.
Down to 3. Jackson from 3. Yes! Mark Jackson with a three-point bomb at the 24-second buzzer. With 16 seconds left in regulation, the Knicks lead by 4. So Mark Jackson, who had hit only 2 out of 4 from the field, has connected on 2 huge buckets here in the fourth quarter. This one from three-point range. A 4-point Knick lead. The Sixers calling for the 22nd timeout. They're down to 16 seconds. And Philadelphia will throw in from backcourt.
What a dramatic demonstration of this man's courage and leadership.
Down to 10 seconds. Cheeks fires one from 3. Rebound Newman. 6 seconds as the foul is picked up. And Newman will go to the line. Mercy Hawkins had to commit the foul to stop the clock. Johnny Newman 1 for 2 from the foul line. And Newman, a 82% free throw shooter. Luke Lynham seeing this one slip away. The 76ers certainly had a great opportunity, but Mark Jackson, who was invisible for 3 quarters, he sat out 9 minutes straight. But the rookie Rod Strickland coming on with 2 enormous shots in the 4th quarter to key this victory. The Knicks now lead by 5 with 6 seconds left. The Knicks 102, the 76ers 96, and Philadelphia has taken a timeout. So they're down to their final timeout remaining.
Well, when the autopsy is done on this game, Marv, going to be a lot of interesting things that we have not seen in the 6 prior games between these teams. I think the most outstanding thing from the Knicks standpoint, as a point mentioned moments ago, they held Barkley to 12 shot attempts. That is remarkable. And as we said at the outset of the game, when attempting to describe how the Knicks would deal with him, that is the goal. Keep his shot attempts down. Despite the fact that he only shot the ball 12 times, he has had a very strong game doing so many of the other things vital to success. A great credit to him.
And Charles Oakley did a solid job defensively on Charles Barkley. But here's another look as the shot clock was running down.
Well, that's a 27-foot shot. And for those who have taken those shots in their playing days in college, they can appreciate how far that shot is. And Rick is looking like a very smart coach after that shot.
Get the idea he could not believe what took place. But you look at the Knicks 3-point field goal shooting, which has faded over the last month and a half. The one Knick who has been hitting the threes has been Mark Jackson. So 6 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. The Knicks only 2 for 9 from downtown. 76ers 2 for 9. Gerald Wilkins exploding for 34 points, and he's carried the Knicks offensively. Patrick Ewing had 26, but not an overpowering game for Ewing. Here's a 3-point attempted by Hawkins, and that will wrap it. Game 1 for the New York Knicks. In this best of 5, they have defeated the Philadelphia 76ers 102-96. A dramatic finish. Mark Jackson with the key bucket. The bomb from 3-point range. Game number 2 will take place here at the Garden on Saturday afternoon. The Knicks take a 1-0 lead.